Hello and welcome back to Geran vs Baldur's Gate 3. I am back at the camp after having spent a while sorting out Halsin, my latest team member, who is actually going to be contributing. But first, I think I am going to have to talk to Arabella again, see if there's anything she has to say.
Leave me alone!
Oh. Guess not, and I'm still exploding light. Hopefully that will go away, because multiple game reloads have not fixed that yet. Verge of the Shadows. What is that? Apparently it's somewhere I've been. This is the entrance to the Shadowfell, it could be. It is the entrance to the Shadowfell. Welp. It's not where I intended to be. So I'm continuing my exploration of Rythwin Town. I'm guessing that's Moonrise down there. Can I actually see it yet? I mean, I'm at a very low point, so probably not. Do I have Wrath? Why do I not have Wrath? 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 Hither? Oh! I'm not continuing my exploration of Rythwin. I'm going to find the little boy. House in Deep Shadows. Alright, Halsin. Was it up there? Where was it? Where was it from here? It is to our left. Which is right behind us. The one direction I did not look. Oliver? Oliver? We have come back for you, Oliver. Hello?
I won fair and square. There's no point in playing again. I want a challenge.
Though shrouded in shadows, the child's resemblance to Thaniel is unmistakable. This must be his dark half, warped by the curse.
Go on, find someone else to play with.
I mean, Halsin said it was his stronger half, not necessarily his dark half. I know who you really are and where you really belong. Ooh. I know who you really are and where you really belong. You need to reunite with Thaniel.
Spoil sport.
Halsin approves.
I'm not going back. I like it here. I've made a family for myself. I get to play all the time.
You don't belong here, don't make this harder. Or lunge at him, that's a bad idea. Like it or not, you don't belong here.
Yes, I do. You can't make me do anything.
Oh.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
A slippery little bugger, isn't he? He'll be looking for somewhere safe. Somewhere where the shadows are nice and strong.
Yep, I'm still exploding light. Seriously? There's another shadow portal here. Do I get to go through it this time? Will that break things? I'm going to save. I guess not. I'm getting attacked during a loading screen. I hate it when it does that. Daddy. Oh, Daddy again. Hi, Daddy. Daddy. Mummy. Oh! Teleported to the center of town. Night Dome. Shadowed Spirit of the Land. Okie dokie. Let's get croaky. Halsin! So how does this work? Guardian of Nature, now there's a spell. Shillelagh, nice. Wild Shape. Cave Bear. Or just Wild Shape. Assume the shape of a cave bear that can multi-attack. Has a starting health of 36. Okay, Badger, Spider, Wolf, Cat, Bear, Deep Wrath, Dire Raven, Panther, Owl Bear, and Saber-toothed Tiger. I'm going to go with the bear because it should be his first one that I actually do. Actually, yeah, do your cave bear. No, do the bear, the bear. Okay. You have assumed a different shape. You can dismiss it. Thank you. Look at you, Halsin. You're so magnificent. Do you want to bear down on them?
I must be without mercy.
I mean, he's got 66 health. Is actually not bad at all. Sluggedly. What on earth is sluggedly? Can't make an opportunity attack against most. Oh, I see. Well, I think he's okay there. Because that's mobile. That's done that. So, shifty over here, and then snipe it. Good hit. Blasty. Not bad.
You should have just left me alone. Spoil my fun. I'll teach you a lesson. Just you watch.
Mummy's lullaby. Oh, concentration's broken now. Because he fell asleep. Who are these? Shadow Friend. Oh, I hate them. I'm very curious about Halsin's stats in this form. Blood. Thank you. No, can you tell me about him, please? 12. Seriously? Bloody hell. That's a bit crap, isn't it? I noticed he had like 20 normally. Is there a multi-goading roar? That's not really what I need. I'll go with Lunar Mend. So it's 1d8 per spell slot. I'll just use one. And I'll Blasty and Blasty. I got a bit of blessing there, nice. Uh-oh.
We shall prevail.
Clobber. Claw those shadow children.
Stop that. You're supposed to be safe, not breaking things.
But bears break. What happened to the mobile thing? Make a melee attack and you... I thought it was make a melee attack and you can't... But whatever. Snipey... Oh. Why do you have disadvantage? Range? Why do you have disadvantage? Too dark. Okay, alright, just... I guess... Can you wake her up? Get up! There's an eye foot needs doing. And then just go back over there.
Want to play? Let me show you my favorite toy.
Fluffy memory. Oh! It's an owlbear. Tell by the feathers and the beak. And the fact that it looks like a bear apart from that. Oh, Lae'zel, for God's sake. Wake up. Bloody stun-locking Lae'zel. I worked out where the shield came from. It came from, like, the necklace she wears. No. Oh, God, they hit frickin' hard. Shadow Plush. Sounds like a FNAF character. Bear v Bear. Okay, there are a lot of them. There are officially a lot of them. And Halsin's out of form. Well, bring it back. That's so cool. Because I guess he can't reach it. Multi-attack. So hit that one. And then hit that one. Nice work. He's in a cave bear form. I clicked the wrong one. I thought he was polar bear again. That's why he has the multi-attack when he didn't have that before. Alright, you're going to have to help Eve.
Another fight. Let's go.
Blasty, you, and you. Oh, sorry. I forgot to wake Lae'zel up. Alright, yeah, they are bringing lots in. Ooh, saved it. Lae'zel's asleep. Crushing Flight. Oh, he fell over. Oh, how did that miss? He had advantage because it's a melee attack and she was prone. God, that is a massive owlbear. Big old shadow plush. Sounds so cuddly. Would you please stop murdering me? You have 1 fucking health. Attack mummy. And multi-attack mummy. Nice. And then Luna, heal. Bloody absolute freaking maximum because you're about to die. Again. Wow, 16 for a level 4 spell slot. Appalling. Oh, Lae'zel's awake. How rare. Move over here and attack Big Plush. Decent hit. They don't have a lot of health, it's just they are very, very threatening. You have no spell slots at all. I thought I took a rest. Sorry, it's been like... Don't get hit, don't get hit, don't get hit. Shields! Alright, so I get 1 free use of shield as a reaction, it seems. That's good to know. Alright, you need to help Halsin. Good. Oh, you're being very irritating here. I feel like I'm supposed to be attacking the dome. It's lost half its health and I don't know why. Maybe because of Daddy, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Can you go for Shadow Plush? I was hoping for a bear v bear, but apparently the game isn't going to allow that. Let's action surge because this is getting a bit hairy for Halsin. Fitting, really. And then charge in and finish off Mummy because apparently Halsin is incapable of doing it himself. Oh no, he's got 1 health left. Halsin! Halsin, you're going to have to do some work here, buddy. Don't pop. Sentinel. Nice. Halsin. Halsin, you popped again. You little git. Alright, what spells do you have? Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave is bloody. Why can you not cast Thunder Wave? Because it's an action. No, you have your action. Why can't you cast Thunder Wave? Oh, I could use what's this? Ice Storm to clear everything. Do it.
Why couldn't you just leave me alone? Why can't I just stay here playing? I had everything I've ever wanted right here. And you've ruined it. I'm not leaving. You can't make me.
Be gentle. He's much more than a child. But he doesn't truly know that.
God, Halsin looks freaking huge in that. Like from this angle. You don't have to leave. All you have to do is lend Thaniel your strength. You're just a thieving shadow that thinks it's a child. Wow. You have what you want, but not what you need. Thaniel, he's your friend. He's you. People are dying for the sake of your fun, kid. Talk to him, Halsin. You have what you want, but not what you need. Thaniel, he's your friend, your kin. He's you.
He's nothing to me. He left me here all this time. I had to do everything for myself. Even when it was scary, even when I was alone. I didn't give up.
Nobody's to blame. You were very brave and resourceful. Enough coddling. You are very brave and resourceful. Think of how much you'll be able to help Thaniel.
But would he even want me back? I've changed. A lot.
Oh, of course he will. Change is good. Yeah. Interesting. Change is good. That's what growing up's all about. Together, you two will become more than you were before.
So I wouldn't have to make up friends to play with anymore. I'd have someone real. I'd like that. And he would too, I think. Alright, I'll do it. I want to do it.
Well done.
Thank you.
Are you crying? You're a bit big to be crying. But I suppose that's okay.
What a dick.
Bye.
Everyone approves.
And thank you for playing with me.
It's done, at last. Soon the land will be unshrouded. We should return to Thaniel when we can.
I'm still bursting, don't worry. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, this is the icy terrain, right. So there was the Horsfrost boots that I almost gave Halsin. And it's like, oh, this means you don't slip over on icy terrain. And it's like, I haven't seen any icy terrain. That was icy terrain.
It is done. Now Thaniel will be whole again. I could not have done this without you, my friend. We should return to camp when we can. I must see how Thaniel is faring. With the Oak Father's blessing, the Shadow Curse may soon be no more. Oak Father preserve you.
Yeah, I forgot that there was all of this I could have spoken to him about before we went to find Thaniel. I met a peer of yours, the druid Jahira. You spent all these years fighting the Shadow Curse. How am I holding up in your... He's got a how am I holding up. Fascinating. It's so bizarre, the ones that get it. Literally, him and Shadowheart are the only two I can say, what do you think of me? I feel like I haven't gotten to know you properly yet. What happened before when the Shadow Curse was released? Let's go down the list. I met a peer of yours, the druid Jahira. Do you know her?
Only by reputation. She was present when we marched against Ketheric Thorm.
When was
but
that?
On the far end of the battle lines from where I fought. And in the chaos that ensued, well, our forces were scattered. I led some to safety, but never learned of her fate. I'm glad to hear she survived. Though in truth, I should not be surprised. She was always said to be formidable and cunning. I could have learned much from her, no doubt.
You're an archdruid. What could you possibly have left to learn from anyone? He's only level 8. You seem to admire her greatly. You seem to admire her greatly.
There is much to admire, judging by the stories. I cannot help but wonder how she would have handled some of the challenges I faced as Archdruid. Would she have helped the refugees? Defended the Grove? Controlled Korga? At least now we can benefit from her presence, and perhaps work to a common goal.
I kind of feel that she might actually have executed Karga. Like, the Jahira I remember from Baldur's Gate 1 very much had a... Look, if you go with what I'm saying, we're all good. If you prove that you're against what I'm saying, I will not hesitate to stop you. That was the vibe she had back then. And now she's got, what? I've forgotten how long it was. Decades more? Maybe a century? I can't remember how long it was. They did say. What happened before, when the Shadow Curse was released?
Druids and Harpers joined together to put a stop to Ketheric Thorm. We marched on Moonrise, and after much fighting, we prevailed. Even in defeat, though, Ketheric turned to Shah. Not long after we sealed him away in his tomb, the Shadow Curse took hold. No one had seen the likes of it before. No one knew how to react. Then it started to claim all those within its reach. Those who had survived the battles now fell to the shadows, became part of the shadows. And worst of all, I lost contact with Thaniel. I wanted to try and find him, but we couldn't stay. We would have all succumbed. When the Archdruid of the Grove, my predecessor, was seized by the curse, I had to lead the survivors to safety. That was my first day as Archdruid. An inauspicious beginning.
I called him boring last time, and while I don't take that back, he is a very, like, and I mean this in genuinely the most positive way, he's a very emotional guy. Like, you feel everything that he feels, and it's really good the way he expresses himself, the way he's written. I just wish he was in this sooner. Like, what was stopping him being a partner up to now? He was just sat in the camp doing nothing until this point. I don't know why they decided to lock him off. Inauspicious sounds like you did what you had to and saved lives. Not every day as a leader can be a glorious one. That's in the past. You've faced the curse and rescued Thaniel. Yes, Thaniel. It's so weird to me how attached he is. And, like, there's a certain amount of, oh, he's the spirit of the land. And I'm a druid. But, like, he seems really personally attached. And, I'm just putting a tentative theory forward that Thaniel is his son, or something like that. Like, his actual son became the spirit of the land, something like that. Maybe volunteered to try and do something. I don't know. It seems very weird that, like, I don't know. It seems odd, the whole relationship with Thaniel. Like, why did it have to be just him, you know? To go into the Shadowfell and get him. Not every day as a leader can be a glorious one.
Indeed. I know that all too well.
You spent all these years fighting the Shadow Curse. What happens once it's lifted?
Honestly, I never thought I'd make it that far. But the Absolute is a threat to all, and I promised I'd help you with your parasite. So, I'll remain with you. If you'll have me, that is.
Of course, I only wish you'd joined me earlier. Well, yeah. You'll make a decent workhorse. I'll see how useful on that note. Of course, I only wish you'd joined me earlier.
So do I. But one duty at a time.
Aha, sitting in a camp, doing nothing, waiting for me to find the one thing that engages you. I mean, before that, he had no idea that Thaniel, like, this was a thread we could actually follow. Whatever. I keep saying whatever. It's because it's just like, at this point, it is pointless me getting worked up about these things that just seem... yeah. I feel like I haven't gotten to know you properly yet.
It's true, and I can't imagine I helped with that. Sometimes I let the task at hand consume me, and people think I'm obsessed. Trust me, the day I no longer have to talk about the Shadow Curse will be a happy one. What would you like to know?
How long ago was it? When was it? For God's sake. Like, I found things saying it was 100 years ago. I found things saying it was 500 years ago. Like, Jaheira was there? But, like, I mean, Jaheira is... half-elf? Or is she elf? I think she's half-elf. I don't think she's full elf. Or is she? No, I think she is elf. And Khalid, her husband... who is, I believe, canonically dead at this point. He was half-elf. I don't know, it's really confusing to me. Don't take this the wrong way, but you're quite large for an elf. How did you come to be a druid? Do you have people out there somewhere, family, friends, a lover perhaps? Tell me something about yourself. I wouldn't even think to ask. How did you come to be a druid?
I had a friend when I was young, long ago. He played with me in the forests where I grew up.
Ah.
But... eventually, I realized no one else had heard of him.
Thaniel.
It was Thaniel, of course.
Okay, fair enough.
Nature was my very first friend. I get older, but he hasn't changed a day. I knew then that I had to be more than a companion to him. I had to be a protector.
No, okay, yeah, no, I'm sold on that. That is a very good connection. It's not the predictable... he's a son. It's, yeah, that is actually a really good story. I'm cool with that. Do you have people out there somewhere? Family, friends, a lover perhaps?
You're not a doppelganger, are you? Trying to study me to learn all my secrets so you can take my place? Save for me, my line perished a long time ago. They rest in High Forest now, near the shade of the grandfather tree. The Grove became my family, with Sylvanas as my teacher. And now I have you.
Aww. Also, that doppelganger thing. Doppelgangers were a big part of Baldur's Gate 1, so that's a really nice callback. I'm sorry if you're lost. You're better off with me. You didn't answer the part about lovers. You have me. Let's not get carried away. I'm sorry for your loss.
It was a long time ago. The wounds don't heal, but they become more bearable.
Turn to other matters. Don't take this the wrong way, but you're quite large for an elf.
I am? Trust me, it's been said. You show more restraint than most in avoiding the subject until now.
Yeah, the others were all over it. Any idea how that came about? We don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
It's a natural question, but I don't have a good answer, I'm afraid. Perhaps there's a half-orc buried somewhere in my ancestry. Or perhaps not. Sometimes I think conventional wisdom is too narrow about what someone can or cannot be. Stranger things have most certainly happened.
I love that too. That was a great answer. It wasn't a, oh yes, my father was a Goliath. You know, there's nothing like that. It's just, I don't know, I was born this way. It's a thing like how players can deviate from what one would normally expect from a character of their race, you know. Just because you're a wood elf who are usually like lithe doesn't mean you can't be big and bulky. You could be whatever you want. Tell me something about yourself that I wouldn't even think to ask.
I suppose you wouldn't be shocked to learn I love animals and nature? I know. Well-trodden territory. Well then, let's see. I whittle in my spare time, and I've something of a sweet tooth. Although everyone's very amused when I say I like honey.
Well, you're a bear, so... You turn into a bear and you like honey a little on the nose. Oh my god. Whittling. What do you make?
Ornaments, utensils, and ducks. I like ducks.
Oh my god, I love him. He's fantastic. Oh, yeah, he's very, very quickly won me over. Basically, in this one conversation, it's gone from... I find him quite boring to... He's understated, but there is a lot to him. You're fortunate to know what you like. I wouldn't pay any attention to what others think. Yeah. You're fortunate to know what you like. I wouldn't pay any attention to what others think.
You're right. Sometimes I think people look at me and imagine my feelings can't be hurt.
Yeah, I mean, that's life on the internet, really. Bloody hell, stories I could tell. Thank you for sharing.
Thank me by returning the favor, why don't you? Come on. I'm sure you've something better than carving wooden ducks.
Well, my mother was a priestess of Palor. My father was a soldier from several hundred years ago who died and got resurrected, and I was somehow born from that. It's sort of a familial legacy passed from my mother to me to protect some sort of entity trapped within a sphere, and I carry it to this day. Oh, and I live in mortal fear of krakens, though I've never actually seen one, just the stories my father would tell.
Well, they are fierce creatures from what I understand, but as long as you avoid the high seas, I think you can consider yourself safe.
That's enough for now.
Anytime.
How am I holding up in your estimations?
I've been unfair to you. I've had unrealistic expectations of your character ever since I joined you. But honestly, you've surpassed even those. Seems my faith was more than well-founded.
What did he expect? Like, to be honest, I don't really know why he joined the camp. Like, I mean, I'm glad he did. You know, I've gained a great new appreciation for him, but the fact that he joined after, like, a tiny little favor, basically, I didn't even save him. I caused a distraction that allowed him to escape, not the same thing. It sort of reminds me of how D&D parties stick together even when they shouldn't, because if they didn't stick together, they wouldn't all be able to play their characters in one party and the game wouldn't go on properly. You know? That it seems more like a player thing than a roleplay thing. And that's sort of what I feel about him coming to the camp, especially when he did not do anything to help for like an act and a half. And he's just sat in the camp doing nothing. And it's like, why are you here? I mean, then again, Volo's here, but I want him gone, and I don't know how to get rid of him. But, you know, I would have liked it if Halsin had helped. But he didn't, and he sort of stuck around, and I sort of allowed him to because there was the assumption he'd later on be a party member. And he now is, but it's like, yeah, it does reflect that players allow other players to get away with stuff that they wouldn't allow an NPC to get away with because they're a player and that's how the game works. And I'm exploding with light.